This was the full day of eating that helped me lose almost 30 kilograms or 60 pounds. I had 4 meals a day that in total clocked in between 1800 and 2000 calories. However, my day didn't start in the kitchen, it started at my desk. I have the massive privilege to work from home, so I bought myself a height adjustable desk and a foldable treadmill that I can roll under. I walk here every single morning for 60 minutes at 5.5 kilometers per hour while doing light work like reading and answering emails. This setup is probably the most life-changing habit I've ever implemented. I highly recommend doing this if you can, even though I'm fully aware that most of you probably can't. After that, I had breakfast and 99% of the time it was some sort of overnight oats that I prepared the day before, and just look how thick this oatmeal is. I still eat this to this day about 6 times a week. It's super easy to make. I add 50 grams of oats to a bowl, instant or rolled both work, followed up by vanilla protein powder. Half a scoop or 15 grams is enough. Now if you want that thick oat consistency like I showed you, you need to use either a casein powder or a whey casein blend like this. Whey alone will work too, but it won't be as thick. Next is cocoa powder, somewhere between 5 to 10 grams depending on how bitter you like it, and then scoop out 20 grams of peanut butter and add it as well. In my opinion, this is the holy trinity of oatmeal. Please try it out. Then add 100 grams of 1% fat milk, and finally skyr or non-fat Greek yogurt. They have similar macros and taste. At 150 grams, give it a good stir until you get a dark brown color and then refrigerate overnight. You can also meal prep this for 3 to 4 days, no problem. And one last tip, after refrigerating, add 15 grams of whipping cream. There is a fat-reduced version, and 15 grams of that will only add 30 extra calories, but turn this into an insanely delicious breakfast. It's like eating cake. The entire meal with the cream has 547 calories with 54 grams of protein. Now I go back to work, and if I got hungry before lunch, I would usually have either a carrot or an apple. Especially an apple I find surprisingly filling. It's the perfect snack when you're just a bit hungry. For lunch, I often had something super quick that doesn't require much cooking. The protein source here is 100 grams of deli meat. This is turkey breast. It has incredible macros, 95 calories with 20 grams of protein. Next is the most underrated cheese in my opinion, and it's fresh light mozzarella. You have to drain the water from the bag first, but then you've got this nice cheese ball that tastes amazing, especially with deli meat, and it only has 165 calories with 20 grams of protein, which is really good for cheese. Next, and this was only sometimes, I also like to add half an avocado. Avocados are quite high in calories but are packed with healthy fats, so please just be mindful. Quick tip, when you wrap the other half in plastic wrap, make sure the wrap touches the fruit. That blocks oxygen and keeps it from turning brown in the fridge. So scoop out the avocado, and I always added some sort of vegetable as well. For this one, I peeled the carrot and added it to the plate, and to add a bit of flavor, I drizzled it with 2 grams of olive oil and a little bit of salt. Finally, I like to eat this with wraps. At my grocery store, I can find these protein wraps. They have 124 calories with 7.5 grams of protein, which is pretty good for tortillas. I like to dry toast them in a pan for 2 minutes per side on medium-high heat, and then have it as a side. This is a super easy meal that comes in at 619 calories with 55 grams of protein. You know what's also important during a diet? Weighing yourself, which brings me to the sponsor of today's video, Hume Health, with their Body Analyzer Pod. This device is a fully body analyzer. Thanks to the handle with built-in frequency sensors, it can not only measure your weight, it also scans your torso, arms and legs to tell you your body fat and muscle mass in those specific areas. Once you scan your body, all the data gets tracked in their free app. You can set up goals and the app guides you along the way. It shows you not just your weight but also your body fat and muscle distribution, even in different body parts like leg and arms, which is really impressive for a home device. You can connect the app to your phone's data like sleep, nutrition and activity like steps, and the body analyzer gives you personalized feedback and insights you can actually understand. Click the link in the description or use my code FELU. My discount code gives you an extra discount on top of the current Hume sale for up to 50% off. Thanks to Hume Health for sponsoring today's video. So at around 3 p.m. I often had a banana and a protein pudding as a snack. I highly recommend trying these Erman if you can find them. They are so good. This one is white chocolate flavor with cream on top, and it's only 160 calories with 20 grams of protein. This was also my meal before I went to the gym. My sessions usually starts with 20 minutes of cardio on the treadmill, and then I lift weights for about an hour, and then I go home and eat my last meal of the day, usually some kind of 10-minute stir fry. It's not with the protein source, and 99% of the time it's chicken breast. I also like it to slice it into small pieces. This makes it cooking fast and easy in my opinion, and then I always add vegetables mainly to add volume. Usually it's a red bell pepper. This weighs 150 grams. I cut it into strips and then into bite-sized pieces, and then I also dice a yellow onion. Eating vegetables is really important to me. I never skip them, and I recommend you do the same. For the carb source, I usually use rice, and oftentimes I just use packaged rice, and this was mainly out of laziness. One package is exactly 2 servings, which is great. I just measure 110 grams into a bowl and store the other half in the fridge for the next day. I know cooking rice is better and also cheaper, but that's what I did and still do to this day. To add flavor, I often use 25 grams of soy sauce. It's probably my favorite sauce for rice. It adds a ton of flavor. I also always measured out the oil beforehand. Calories from oil add up quickly, so especially if you are not used to eyeballing it, it's important to measure it on a scale. So heat up 2 grams of oil in a pan on medium heat and start by stir frying the vegetables with a pinch of salt. This usually takes around 4 to 5 minutes. Keep stirring, they will turn translucent and the onions will start to caramelize. Once that happens, push them to the side of the pan, add another 2 grams of oil and toss in the chicken breast. It's important to spread the pieces out with a spatula. The more contact the meat gets with the pan, the most browning you get, and that's where a ton of flavor comes from. For seasoning, I usually add black pepper, a quarter teaspoon of garlic powder and some cayenne pepper. Always season your food. It's the best way to keep things interesting and avoid getting bored. After about 90 seconds, flip the meat, and do you see what I mean? All that browning adds a ton of flavor. You can also already add the rice. The steam will start heating it up, and after about 90 more seconds, pour in the soy sauce and stir everything together for about a minute. Finally, if you've got some calories left, you can crack in an egg at this point and stir it in. Eggs actually taste really amazing in this dish. So take it off the heat, add it to a bowl, and grab yourself a Diet Coke. Probably the second most life-changing habit I've picked up was switching from regular soda to diet soda. The whole meal comes in at 495 calories with 48 grams of protein, and my entire day added up to 1943 calories with 169 grams of protein. I wrote a cookbook with over 250 recipes that helped me and over 10,000 people lose weight. It's got everything from breakfast to lunch to dessert, and even lists things like the best protein sources, lowest calorie condiments and fruits. I constantly update the book with new recipes, and you get all of them for free. The link is in the description. It can seriously change your life. Also in the description, my extra virgin olive oil that I made myself in Greece. Go check it out.